Hello guys, welcome to my channel and thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so and enable your notifications to know when I post the next video. You can also follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter and on LinkedIn. Today we continue with the Chevening series where we'll be looking at the fourth and final essay that you write for your Chevening scholarship application, and that is the career plan essay. In this essay, Chevening requires you to show that you're ambitious by outlining your career goals. This is one of the easiest essays for the Chevening scholarship because you can write anything, you can dream anything and be anything. But of course, your career goals have to be smart, and that is, they have to be specific, they have to be measurable, they have to be achievable, they have to be realistic, and they have to be time bound. Next, we are going to look at the structure of the essay, and that means your essay should have an introduction, and then the body of the career plan should be divided into three, that is short term, medium term, and long term, and then your essay should have a conclusion. For the introduction, I'll go for 3 sentences. The first sentence should introduce a challenge or a problem in your country by quoting a report by the government or any other sources. The second sentence should try and explain the reasons behind that challenge. And the third sentence, which should conclude your introduction, should now link the challenge and the career that you want to pursue. In my case, I quoted a recent report on agriculture in Kenya. The second sentence went ahead and explained the challenges facing the agriculture sector in the country. And then the third and final sentence in the introduction, which I believe was powerful, was like, this is what has motivated me to pursue a career in agriculture and development in order to enhance the smallholders' incomes and reduce poverty in Kenya. Let us now look at the body of your career plan, which you've said should be divided into short term, medium term, and long term, and each of them should be in their own paragraphs. Let us now look at one of the parts, because once you get it right there, you can use the format to explain the other parts of your career plan. First of all, one of the things to note while writing your career plan essay, you need to be very specific on the organizations you want to work for. You need to be very specific again on the titles you want to hold. And you also need to be very specific on what you want to do in those positions, why what you want to do is important, and also be specific on the organizations or other individuals who you might need to work with in order to achieve your career plan. While describing your career plan, it is important to mention the organizations you want to work for and be specific, so don't say A or B. Mention also the position you want to hold in that organization, what you want to do, that is describing the things you want to do in that position and why those things are important and who you need to work with or partner with in order to achieve that career plan. In my short-term career plan, I indicated that I wanted to form a community-based organization based at my district or county, and that the CBO would train farmers on financial literacy, good agricultural practices, and this would lead to enhancing their incomes and reducing poverty. I also explained which organizations I would work with in order to achieve that career plan, and also said why that was important in the context of Kenya's development. Having said that, then that is the format you should use to explain the other parts of your career plan, and that is the medium term and the long term. Let us now look at the common mistakes that applicants make while describing their career plan. Mistake number 1 is when applicants are not ambitious enough. You can read someone's career plan and see this is just for an ordinary person. Chevening wants people who are ambitious. The other mistake applicants make in their essays is that they are not progressive, they are not showing growth. For instance, in my case, I had indicated that I wanted to start at CBO, based at my county, helping farmers. In the medium term, I wanted to become the Minister for Agriculture, and that is for my county or state, and there I had explained what I would do as a Minister for Agriculture and how I would work with the state parliament to achieve the goals that the county government would want to achieve in terms of agriculture. And then in the long term, I had indicated that I would want to use the knowledge and experience gained in previous roles to become an MP, that is Member of Parliament, and chair the Agriculture Committee of the National Assembly, and from there I would lead negotiations on agriculture, push legislation, and I was very specific on the kind of legislation that I would push as the MP concerning agriculture, and on how I would lead trade negotiations concerning agriculture with countries like the United Kingdom, which would foster relations between the two countries. Another mistake applicants make in their essays is being shallow, and that is failing to describe fully what they would want to do. For instance, if you want to become the Minister for Education in your country, you need to explain exactly what you want to do as a Minister for Education. You need to be very specific on the kind of partnerships you would pursue that would help you in achieving the goals of that ministry. And of course, explaining why those issues are important that you are pursuing. One of the ways you can explore in order to make your career plan essay stand out is knowing what the British government is doing in your country through the Foreign and Commonwealth Development Office, formerly DFID, and then linking those issues with what you'd want to achieve in your career plan. For instance, in my case, the UK was doing a lot of work in agriculture concerning smallholders, and I could link it up and say how I would explore that partnership in order to achieve my career plan. And this means you have to research on what the British government is doing in your country through the Foreign and Commonwealth Development Office, or formerly DFID. And that is the format that you should use now for all the three parts of your career plan. That is the short term, medium term, and long term. Finally, your career plan should have a conclusion, which should be very short. In my case, I just said the Chevening Scholarship will prepare me adequately in order to contribute effectively to Kenya's fight against hunger and food insecurity and achieve Vision 2030 and the SDGs. Thank you for watching, and best wishes in your Chevening application, and let's meet next year as we do the video on how to prepare for the Chevening interview.